Hello there, Asa here, back with another video. It's another time of the month again where just recently there's a new NGS headline. Now, if you ask me if I'm actually underwhelmed by it a lot, I'll just say yes, unfortunately. It doesn't really look that great at all, to be honest. Even if I were to still be optimistically looking at NGS as a game, the updates that they provided is really tiring at this point. Like, sure, the easy scratch and the fashion items looks pretty good as ever, but it's more like the gameplay department's jobs or whatever that they are working on is just way too hard for them to execute. So, they are just going to release and continually release the same rehash contents, the same enemies keep popping up here and there, maybe with a little bit of a level bump here and there, and then making a new content and then call it a day. And unfortunately, this is probably what we are going to get up until maybe even April and beyond as well, if I'm not wrong. But I really wish that, after the whole new story chapter comes out, I wish there were more gameplay elements implemented properly instead of just rehashing contents continuously. But here we are. We are literally on the 5th anniversary of the game, and this is what they have been showing us for the longest time. And also, yeah, they were celebrating 12 million registered arcs or something. Well, I mean, congratulations, but that is not exactly the same number as, consecutive players or just real active players playing the servers. Of course, they're going to pick the largest number that looks very good in the shareholders' views, and it is what it is, man. At least there's two decent questions being asked and answered at the same time. But if you ask me, well, it's another one of those dry months again. Another seasonal month for you to prepare for the next coming of contents. A new weapon for you to chase after that technically is not necessary for veteran players, but is only useful if you're a completely new player. Which I think they have been doing this for, like, I don't know, the longest time ever. These are weapons that is very easily accessible, and you can actually find them pretty commonly dropped from not just the Neon City Zone, or you can actually get it from the limited time quest as well, which I'll argue is actually pretty decent this time around. Yes, it's a mining-based defense kind of stuff, but hey, the timing and the pacing that they have made it so that you had to complete this one zone and jump to the next is actually pretty cool. Now, of course, the entire thing is still considered as a training, despite happening in front of our doorsteps of Central City. I don't understand why it's still considered as training, but whatever, right? It seems like we are just having this small little respite of free time to just enjoy our peace before the new adventure of the Outer Realm arc, I guess. At least we get to see the new character in 3D, and she does not really look like her art style in 2D. Well, whatever, right? But it is what it is, man. The problem with this review is that it doesn't really tell us anything much other than just show us this character existed. Yeah. And of course, there's also the hint about our old enemies or arch nemesis coming back. I'm not sure why Luther is somehow coming back to the story of all things, But hey, maybe he can tell us the missing link between this game and our past self game, But hey, it's been 1,000 years in the future, man. I don't know, man. If this Luther is just another random, reincarnated version of him, which means that he do not even remember his past at all, then the whole story is left into mystery again, and we had to figure it out by our own feelings again, which, to be honest, not that ideal for most people who enjoyed Phantasy Star lore in general. So let's just hope that April is somewhat a little bit better than what we have been getting since the start of the year, because so far from January and February and March, even with the addition of Neon City, the contents that you are getting is still going to be stale very, very quickly. But hey, fret not, there is always other games for you to try out and play, so I don't really feel like it's necessary for you to actually just keep on playing this game continuously. It's probably bad for your health, and just come back to this game when there is a new huge content drop and try to catch up at that by that time, and you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about gearing, you don't have to worry about endgame yet, because most people who are caring about that is probably people who are still playing the game religiously, even if it's just like this, I guess. Say what you will, but at least this game has outlasted Ashes of Creation. Pretty funny, but yeah, it is something that we can probably brag about now. But yeah, that's it. I wanted to report about this new Genesis headline or something. Oh man, I just wish SEGA give more resources to the Phantasy Star crew to at least, bring up their standard to be as high as the original PSO2 in terms of creativity and, customizability and the variety, of course, of the missions. It's just, if we are just going to stay on this planet, it's just gonna get stale, unfortunately. The only thing that is probably going to satisfy us is to go to space to another planet, but who knows, maybe the Outer Realm is one, but we'll find out in April then, I guess. That's all, and if you like my content, I usually cover about PSO2 and also playing other games as well and cover them as well. So hey, if you like my content, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.